It's official, and it has sent shockwaves through the Hallmark fan community. In a twist no one saw coming, Erin Krakow and Daniel Lissing, beloved stars of When Calls the Heart, have reportedly tied the knot in secret, leaving fans stunned and buzzing with questions about their hidden romance. For years, viewers shipped the on-screen pairing of Elizabeth Thatcher and Jack Thornton, and now it seems the fairy tale has spilled off-screen in the most dramatic way possible. According to insiders close to the pair, the wedding was an intimate, low-key ceremony attended only by a small circle of family and trusted friends. No elaborate Hollywood glitz, no public announcements, just heartfelt vows shared quietly, away from the spotlight. Fans who have followed their journey since the early days of When Calls the Heart are floored, especially since neither Krakow nor Lissing gave any public hint that a rekindled romance was even in the works. The secrecy surrounding their relationship has fueled endless speculation. Were they quietly dating behind the scenes for years? Did their on-screen chemistry in the early seasons of the hit Hallmark series reignite something off-screen? While neither has gone public with a timeline, the sudden reveal of a wedding suggests a love story that had been carefully guarded until the right moment. Social media erupted as soon as whispers of the ceremony leaked. Fans expressed a mix of joy, heartbreak, and shock. "I can't believe this is real. It feels like Elizabeth and Jack all over again," one longtime viewer posted. Others, however, admitted they felt blindsided, since Krakow and Lissing had often downplayed romantic rumors in the past. The two actors have long been central to Hallmark's most successful franchise. Daniel Lissing's exit from When Calls the Heart after season 5 left many fans devastated, and Erin Krakow carried the show into new eras as Elizabeth Thatcher navigated life, loss, and love. Behind the scenes, the two remained supportive of one another, occasionally sharing fond words in interviews, but never hinting at a deeper relationship. This makes the wedding revelation all the more stunning. Industry insiders are now wondering what this means for them, both professionally and personally. Could this surprise marriage pave the way for Lissing's long-rumored return to When Calls the Heart? Could Hallmark executives lean into the publicity to reignite interest in the series? Fans certainly hope so, as the idea of seeing the couple share the screen again feels like a dream come true. For now, Erin Krakow and Daniel Lissing have chosen silence, neither confirming nor denying the reports. But one thing is clear, the secret is out, and fans will never look at their on-screen chemistry the same way again. What once felt like scripted romance has now been revealed as something far more real, far more intimate, and far more shocking than anyone expected. The hidden romance is no longer hidden, and the whispers of "it's over" aren't about heartbreak, but about the secrecy that surrounded their love. Erin and Daniel's quiet vows have turned into one of the most surprising revelations in Hallmark history, leaving fans with only one question: how long have they been keeping the secret from us? What happens when Hallmark heartthrob Tyler Hines shows up unannounced in Hope Valley? Let's just say Erin Krakow was not expecting this. We've got all the behind-the-scenes reactions, sweet surprises, and fan-favorite moments from Tyler's surprise visit to the When Calls the Heart set. Don't miss it. Tyler Hines paid Erin Krakow a surprise visit on the set of her hit Hallmark series When Calls the Heart, and that wasn't even his only surprise. People can share that Hines began his day on Thursday, August 14th, by surprising his groomsman co-star B.J. Britt on the set of his upcoming Hallmark Christmas movie. A few hours later, he headed to the set of When Calls the Heart to surprise his Christmas Above the Clouds and It Was Always You co-star while she was filming for season 13. In a behind-the-scenes post, Hines shared on Instagram on Wednesday, August 20th, the actor wears a vintage racing jacket, Adidas track pants, a baseball cap, and aviator sunglasses as he poses with Krakow. The actress is in costume, wearing in a sage green and white floral dress paired with tan and white kitten heels. In the second slide, Hines shared edited video footage, some of which was taken by people, of himself walking onto set. A Hallmark staffer who knew about Hines's visit can be heard saying, "Look who's in Hope Valley," referring to the fictional Pioneer-era show's location. "There's a new sheriff in town," Hines says, smiling and waving at the camera. Krakow was shocked when he walked up to the doorway of the town library set, where she and co-stars Kevin McGarry and Jada Lily Miller were hanging out between takes. Her jaw dropped, and she began giggling as they posed for a few photos. "This is so cool," Hines said, checking out Krakow's period costume and twirling her around a porch set. "I'm a little starstruck. I'm looking at the famous When Calls the Heart. We're in the 1800s. This isn't right," Krakow said jokingly as she pulled away from their dance, which Hines set to the tune of Johnny Cash's 2002 song The Man Comes Around in his post. Krakow plays schoolteacher Elizabeth Thatcher on the long-running Hallmark series. The show, set in the early 20th century, follows Elizabeth as she moves from the city to a small town to teach and explores the hardships of life in Hope Valley, along with friendship, romance, and all of the life lessons in between. Krakow and Hines notably starred in the hit 2021 rom-com It Was Always You. After starring in the film together as Lizzie and David, Krakow and Hines said they were eager to work together again. "I would be very, very happy for us to have a sequel to It Was Always You," Krakow told People last year. "If not a sequel, just another opportunity for Tyler and I to reunite on something. He's a great, great guy and so fun to work with, and I think people really enjoyed that chemistry, so let's do it again." Fans will soon receive that treat as the two actors reunite for their first collaboration project in 4 years on another movie with Hallmark. In July, People exclusively confirmed they will co-star in Christmas Above the Clouds, a comedic, modern-day reimagining of A Christmas Carol, according to the network. The official synopsis reads, "When a workaholic CEO tries to skip Christmas by flying to Australia, she's in for the flight of her life. Haunted by her past, present, and future, she's forced to confront the choices that led to her success yet left her flying solo. With the help of 3 quirky spirits and a surprise reunion with her ex, she might just rediscover the magic of Christmas and the love she thought she'd lost." Both actors shared their excitement about their on-screen reunion with People at the time of the announcement. To quote the great poet Peaches and Herb, "Reunited and it feels so good," Hines said. "Christmas Above the Cloud 9 working with Tyler again," Krakow added. "Ever since our 2021 Hallmark movie, It Was Always You, we've been touched and overwhelmed by our viewers' passionate pleas for a reunion project. We were thrilled to be able to reunite on this very special take on A Christmas Carol, and we can't wait to share it." On August 7th, Krakow shared a sneak peek into filming, writing on Instagram, "Nice to meet you on screen again, Tyler. Christmas Above the Clouds." In a moment made for Hallmark fans, Tyler Hines surprised Erin Krakow on the set of When Calls the Heart, bringing joy, nostalgia, and renewed anticipation for their upcoming work together. The surprise unfolded August 14th, 2025, during filming of Season 13 of the Hallmark Channel's beloved period drama, and was revealed through a mix of social media posts, behind-the-scenes footage, and the delighted reactions of cast and crew. This spontaneous reunion is significant on multiple fronts. It recalls past Hallmark rom-com magic between Hines and Krakow. It underscores how interconnected Hallmark's stable of talent can be, and it serves as an early promotional spark for their new film, Christmas Above the Clouds. Setting the scene, Hope Valley, 1920s, When Calls the Heart, set in the early 20th century, has long transported viewers to Hope Valley, a small frontier-era community filled with heart, trials, and the beauty of simple connections. Erin Krakow, who plays Elizabeth Thatcher Thornton, anchors the show's emotional core. As of Season 13, she's deeply entrenched in the narrative, returning from Cape Fullerton, caring for her son Jack Jr., navigating personal relationships, and helping knit together the community's ever-growing tapestry. Fans have been looking forward to seeing how Season 13 would unfold after the events at the end of Season 12, medical challenges in Jack Jr.'s diagnosis, time away from Hope Valley, and emotional strain for Elizabeth and her friends and family. Season 13 marks a return home in both physical and narrative senses.
Tyler Hines, himself a frequent favorite in Hallmark's roster of leading men, made a surprise appearance on the WCTH set. That day, after visiting the set of his upcoming Christmas movie Groomsmen to surprise co-star BJ Britt, he shifted gears and headed to Hope Valley. His arrival was unannounced. When he walked onto the WCTH set, he encountered Erin Krakow while she was in full period costume, a sage green and white floral dress with tan and white kitten heels. He was wearing modern casuals, vintage racing jacket, Adidas track pants, a baseball cap, and aviator sunglasses. The contrast between eras, his modern clothing, her period garb, added to the charm. Hallmark staffers, production assistants, and cast members who were aware of his visit echoed the excitement. One staffer on set was captured on video saying, "Look who's in Hope Valley," as Hines walked through. At another point, Hines grinned and declared, "There's a new sheriff in town," to those filming, capturing a fun sense of playfulness. Erin's reaction was unmistakable: surprise, delight, laughter. Her jaw dropped when she first saw him at the doorway of the town library set, where she and co-stars Kevin McGarry and Jaada Lily Miller were hanging out between takes. She giggled, posing for photos, her surprise mixed with warmth. For Hines, some of his commentary acknowledged his own sense of awe being on the WCTH set. "I'm a little starstruck," he said, admiring the period setting and Elizabeth's outfit. Best of all, at one point, Hines stepped into a porch set, one of those front porch hallmarks of the show, and twirled Krakow in a dance moment. In his Instagram post, he set that clip to Johnny Cash's 2002 song, "The Man Comes Around." It's the kind of small, joyful, unscripted moment that resonates with fans, especially when two familiar faces reunite under the lights and between era sets. A history of collaboration, from It Was Always You to Christmas Above the Clouds. This wasn't the first time Hines and Krakow have worked together. Their on-screen chemistry first ignited in It Was Always You, a Hallmark romance novel that many fans remember fondly. In that movie, Hines and Krakow played romantic leads whose paths diverge and ultimately converge in classic Hallmark style. The surprise on the WCTH set also aligns with the news that they'll be reunited in Christmas Above the Clouds, a modern take on A Christmas Carol, for Hallmark's 16th annual countdown to Christmas. Krakow will portray a workaholic CEO trying to get away from Christmas by flying to Australia. During the flight, she is haunted by her past, present, and future, and with help from three quirky spirits and a surprise reunion with her ex, she might just rediscover the magic of Christmas and the love she thought she'd lost. Both actors shared their excitement about their on-screen reunion with People at the time of the announcement. To quote the great poet Peaches and Herb, "Reunited and it feels so good," Hines said. "Christmas above the Cloud 9 working with Tyler again," Krakow added. "Ever since our 2021 Hallmark movie, It Was Always You, we've been touched and overwhelmed by our viewers' passionate pleas for a reunion project. We were thrilled to be able to reunite on this very special take on A Christmas Carol, and we can't wait to share it." On August 7th, Krakow shared a sneak peek into filming, writing on Instagram, "Nice to meet you on screen again, Tyler. Christmas Above the Clouds." In a moment made for Hallmark fans, Tyler Hines surprised Erin Krakow on the set of When Calls the Heart, bringing joy, nostalgia, and renewed anticipation for their upcoming work together. The surprise unfolded August 14th, 2025, during filming of Season 13 of the Hallmark Channel's beloved period drama, and was revealed through a mix of social media posts, behind-the-scenes footage, and the delight.
As with many moments involving beloved Hallmark talent, reunion plus surprise, fans were quick to respond on social media. When Hines posted the photos and video montage from that visit, including his walk through the set, posing with Krakow, and their playful interactions, people responded with excitement. Comments ranged from nostalgic, remembering It Was Always You, to hopes for more collaborations. Many expressed delight at seeing them together again, in a familiar and cherished setting. One fan commented, "Wish come true for so many people, especially the Hines and Hardys," referencing both fandoms. Another wrote, "Tyler Hines, my heart is so full." Others pointed out the surreal mix of eras, modern actor, period set, old-fashioned dress, and how charming that contrast was. The shared content also included behind-the-scenes glimpses, Hines catching glimpses of costumes, the set architecture, interacting with cast between takes. Those moments feed into what fans often love most about Hallmark productions, the sense that even behind the scenes, the people creating the stories believe in the warmth and community that the shows promote. What this means for When Calls the Heart Season 13 and beyond? Beyond the feel-good moment, there's implication for the show and for the actors' upcoming work. First, it reinforces that When Calls the Heart remains a hub in the Hallmark ecosystem, not just for its own story, but as a place where other Hallmark actors drop by, collaborate, and reconnect. In an era where streaming, spin-offs, and expanded universes are common, Hope Valley remains its own space, grounded, nostalgic, beloved. Hines' surprise visit is one more thread in that tapestry. Second, for Season 13 specifically, this visit coincides with renewed enthusiasm among cast, crew, and fans. As filming returns to Hope Valley following external journeys, viewers are expecting emotional arcs, relationship developments, healing, community reintegration, and possibly some surprises. That Hines could so casually cameo in reality on set reminds fans how much the boundary between the Hallmark on-screen families and the behind-the-scenes families can feel porous. Third, for Christmas Above the Clouds, the surprise acts as both promotion and payoff. Seeing Hines and Krakow together again in some capacity primes viewers emotionally, a reminder of past chemistry, a teaser for what is ahead. The new film's premise, haunting in a figurative sense, along the lines of A Christmas Carol, with a twist of romance, may well be enriched by how eager people are to see these two perform together again. What motivated it? While much of this was spontaneous, there are clear motivations and backstories that help make sense of why Tyler Hines showed up in Hope Valley. Personal rapport. Krakow and Hines have expressed, in interviews, their mutual appreciation after It Was Always You. Krakow has said she'd welcome another opportunity to work with Hines again. Part of this surprise likely emerges from that shared sentiment. Promotional synergy. The upcoming Christmas Above the Clouds is expected to be a highlight of Hallmark's next holiday programming. The surprise visit generates buzz and provides organic promotional content on social media, not forced, but heartfelt. Hallmark has a devoted fan base who care deeply about the world of When Calls the Heart and its cast. Moments like the surprise benefit from fans' nostalgia, their love for Hope Valley, and their interest in seeing actors off-script reconnect. What we don't yet know, though the surprise moment delivered lots of warmth, there are still gaps, questions fans have, hopes they hold, and things yet to be revealed. Release date for Christmas Above the Clouds? We know it's set for Hallmark's countdown to Christmas later this year, but the exact premiere date has not been confirmed. He plays Krakow's ex in Christmas Above the Clouds, but how large or central that role will be remains to be seen. Plot details for Season 13 of WCTH. While the season's filming is underway, much about the story arcs, how relationships will evolve, how Elizabeth's past journeys inform her present, how Jack Jr.'s health will continue to affect family life, are still under wraps. Fans are hoping for character growth, satisfying resolutions, and dramatic stakes that still preserve the heart and kindness that define the show.
Other surprise crossovers or appearances. Given this surprise visit, fans are wondering whether other favorite Hallmark actors might pop in, whether there could be more crossover moments, or whether this signals a warming toward more collaborative, fan-pleasing moments among the Hallmark community. Why moments like this matter. This surprise isn't just celebrity gossip. It reflects something more about storytelling, engagement, and the relationship between audience and makers. Emotional resonance. When Calls the Heart thrives on emotional truth. The show is built around love, loss, community, and second chances. A surprise visit like this parallels those themes. The joy of reunion, the comfort of a beloved home, and the warmth that comes from reconnecting. In an age of highly polished production, audiences often respond to moments that feel spontaneous or real. Seeing actors off-script, sharing genuine delight, playing between takes, these build trust and affection. Brand loyalty. Hallmark's audience is especially loyal. It's not just about the stories, but about the people who tell them. Reunions like this feed that loyalty. They remind viewers that the people behind their favorite shows are people who care about their fan base, who appreciate connection. Marketing through meaning. Rather than overt trailers, paid ads, or forced cameos, this kind of surprise functions as soft marketing. It generates organic buzz, social media engagement, and word of mouth without feeling like an advertisement. Given the momentum this surprise has created, several things are likely to be on the radar for fans in the coming weeks and months. Official announcements for Christmas Above the Clouds, a premiere date, first trailer or teaser, and more casting info. Behind-the-scenes content from Season 13 of When Calls the Heart, possibly more interaction between Hines and other cast members, especially if that set becomes a crossroad for Hallmark talent. Interviews or commentary from Krakow, Hines, and others reflecting on the experience. Sometimes actors will share stories they didn't post, how Erin reacted off-camera, how Hines felt stepping onto sets he hadn't been on for WCTH, unexpected friendships revived, etc. Fan speculation and possibly fan events. Given Hallmark's practice of sharing sneak peeks, fans will probably get more glimpses of both the WCTH set and their upcoming film together. Hallmark might weave in this reunion into promotional material, maybe shows extra bloopers, or use the footage to build anticipation for holiday programming. Tyler Hines' surprise visit to Hope Valley is more than just a moment. It's a bridge between past and future, a gift to longtime fans, and a pulse of excitement in Hallmark's season of holiday programming. The delight on Erin Krakow's face, the nostalgic setting of the WCTH set, and the promise of Christmas Above the Clouds all combine to remind viewers why they fell in love with these stories in the first place. For Hallmark lovers, this isn't just news. It's a reminder that storytelling is as much about connection as it is about plot. The connection between characters, between actors, and between those who create and those who watch. Tyler Hines surprises Erin Krakow on When Calls the Heart set, and fans are thrilled. Late in the summer of 2025, a heartwarming surprise unfolded on the set of When Calls the Heart when Hallmark favorite Tyler Hines dropped in unannounced to surprise his longtime friend and co-star, Erin Krakow. The visit, captured in photos, video clips, and social media posts, became one of the season's most delightful moments for cast, crew, and fans alike. And it carried more significance than just a friendly visit. It served as a bridge between past Hallmark collaborations, the present moment of filming When Calls the Heart Season 13, and the upcoming project Christmas Above the Clouds, which reunites Hines and Krakow in a new holiday romance. Here are the fuller details, plus what this means for Hallmark, its fans, and the actors. On August 14, 2025, Tyler Hines surprised Erin Krakow on the set of When Calls the Heart during filming for Season 13. Earlier that same day, Hines had also made another surprise. He visited BJ Britt on the set of a different Hallmark film in production, so his visit to Hope Valley was part of a full day of surprises. When he arrived on the When Calls the Heart set, Erin was in full period costume, including a sage green and white floral dress with tan and white kitten heels. Hines, by contrast, showed up in modern casuals, a vintage racing jacket, Adidas track pants, a baseball cap, and aviator sunglasses. The contrast between eras added to the charm. Video from the moment shows Hines walking onto the set. A Hallmark staffer who already knew about his visit is heard saying, "Look who's in Hope Valley." "There's a new sheriff in town," he says, waving at the camera in a playful way. Erin's reaction, her jaw dropped, she began giggling, clearly surprised. She is seen between takes on the library set with co-stars Kevin McCary and Joyda Lily Miller when Hines appeared. There's a particularly sweet moment where Hines and Krakow dance together on a porch set. He twirls her as she jokes, "This isn't right," pulling away playfully. The dance was set to Johnny Cash's 2002 song The Man Comes Around in the Instagram video Hines shared. Hines looked around the Hope Valley set, commenting on how iconic the set is, how being there in that period setting is kind of awe-inspiring. He said, "This is so cool. I'm a little starstruck. I'm looking at the famous When Calls the Heart. We're in the 1800s." Krakow, in turn, teased that the whole thing wasn't right in the best way. Part surprise, part delight. Rekindled collaboration. While the surprise stands on its own as a special moment, it comes after a length of time during which fans, Krakow, and Hines have been hinting at another project together. Hines and Krakow first co-starred in It Was Always You, a holiday romance that was well received. Fans have long expressed a desire for them to reunite, whether in a sequel to It Was Always You or in some other Hallmark project. Krakow herself had said she would be very, very happy to do another movie with Hines, and similarly, Hines expressed his eagerness. The upcoming Christmas Above the Clouds is their reunion project. Announced in July 2025, it is part of Hallmark's 16th annual countdown to Christmas. The film is described as a modern, comic take on A Christmas Carol. The story follows a workaholic CEO who attempts to skip out on Christmas by flying to Australia, only to be visited by spirits of past, present, and future, and to have a surprise reunion with her ex, potentially leading to rediscovering love and holiday magic. So the surprise visit on the Hope Valley set came in the middle of that period when fans were already anticipating their reunion. It felt like both a confirmation of their continued warmth and respect for one another, and a kind of gesture that builds connection with audiences. Reactions, meaning, and fan response. The moment made waves, not only for its charm, but because it confirmed what many fans already hoped for: that Krakow and Hines have kept their rapport, and that Hallmark is continuing to lean into the kind of nostalgic, warm content many viewers cherish. Social media lit up. The video of them dancing, the surprise cosplay, the behind-the-scenes feel, all of it triggered excitement among Hearties and the broader Hallmark audience.